gotta be. I ain't living in your fantasy, and I'll be real if it's the death of me. I'ma be who I gotta be, and I don't care who you pretend to be, cause I'll be real if it's the death of me.
Do you have any like
pieces
inspirations or?
Yeah, I do. I'm getting inspired by the culture, honestly, if I have to say anything more. And I couldn't say one direct person has, obviously I study great artists before me, like Basquiat and other Black artists, but I couldn't say it was a person more than the culture, like whether it's the music, whether it's the style, whether it's the swagger of our clothes, like every character that you see me draw for my personal brand they're wearing something that's culture based. They're wearing cargo pants with some Jordans and some this, that, with a chain on, with a tooth, maybe a gold tooth, something that can represent the culture and stand for a purpose more than just being random creation. I wanted to have substance to it and have a group of people be able to relate to it deeply.
Do you like listen to music then, like when you're creating?
Love listening to music. That's probably the main inspiration, the culture, the music behind the culture.
What are you listening to?
That's everything. I listen
on the
to
iPod?
R&B.
Hey, he's like me, Leo.
I listen to R&B more than rap.
You got some range.
I still listen to rap. I listen to everything, honestly.
You can name drop.
You talking artists?
Yeah.
My favorite rapper is Meek Mill, Jay-Z.
Okay.
Nipsey Hussle. You know who Lil Russell is?
Yeah.
Russell.
Out of LA?
Yeah. For the sake of this conversation, 100%. I listen to. What'd you say? LA Russell all the time.
Lil Russell, yeah. Real.
I'm not gonna lie. Golightly's put me on to some music. Okay, I'm a person who loves music. I listen to all kinds of music. Golightly has put me on to some music.
Hey man,
definitely.
And Donald is another person that is open-minded to music, that we exchange music with. I got some friends that like Leo, Donald, y'all are people that I don't feel that I need to filter or play me. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of gotta screen the music that you play around the people that you with. But Leo, you can attest to it. Donald, you can attest to it. Y'all listen to everything just like I do. And I can definitely appreciate that about y'all. And yeah, Donald definitely, he kick on some music sometimes. And I'm like, give him that look like, and it's just like, okay, you in your bag, man. You in your bag.
Definitely.
Can always appreciate that, man.
Before we hop into, I want to highlight some of these successes that Lowe's kind of brought up. And I know you got some others in your bag, but before we hop on that, I want to hear what have been some of the biggest struggles. And like, sure, this like really popped off in 2020, but let's go back before that when you're just trying to like, I'm just trying to create more paintings or more content. Like what are some of the biggest struggles that you've had or currently have when it comes to like being a creative? Like, at least I can speak from my space. Like whenever I'm working with like some of my clients, I have to create their brand or I have to create their operational plan. For me, it's like pretty much based on logistics or stats and a little bit of like creativity for that specific person. But like mine, it's like, all right, cool. I need this. I have a checklist that I have to just run down. Yours is like way more open and out of the box. So like, what struggles do you have like when you're kind of going through your process?
Well, I would say that's a great question too. I would say that my biggest struggle has been honestly with COVID happening right at the beginning of my company starting. I think clarity was one of my biggest things. And it sounds a little far left from where I come from because we don't normally give clarity any light. But honestly, it's about me having the right headspace to be able to create well or to come up with the right thoughts. If your brain is in survival mode, it's not in creative mode. It can't be at its best when it comes to coming up with new ideas when you're trying to, just sustain, trying to create this business, make sure the business side is once again, going right. Because I think I've already got the creative side down. I'm still toning that, but at the same time, I got to make sure I focus on the business side. So it's really the clarity to be able to run everything as a sole provider / LLC.
Yeah. Los, we definitely need a rewind button, like just like somehow make a clip. Rewind. Like you said, if your brain is in survival mode, it can't be in creative mode. Like what I heard is if you're desperate in the moment, and you can see this for so many things on life. If you're desperate for anything, then you're probably not operating out of your best mental state or best physical state. Like if you're panicked in a football game, like crap, I need to make this play. And that's all you're thinking about is like, this is my last play. You're gonna get tense. You're gonna tighten up.
Exactly.
Same thing. It seems like for you, if you're in survival mode, then your brain is locking up in the cave.
And it's impossible for me to come up with a new creation that's out of thin air when I'm literally focused on living.
Yeah. Life just life and around you.
Yeah, life is life and at its best.
Wow. Okay. Cool. What other struggles have you had?
The struggles. I would say making sure that if I'm being honest, making sure that I stay on schedule, making sure that I don't go 3 days working good, working great, and then falling off 3-4 days, and just understanding how every single day is a part of the process, and understanding that I could literally be getting better and at least more knowledge every day. If you're not gonna be creating, understand, or just like gaining more knowledge on at least the business side or what you have trouble in or struggles in.
So that's something that's super interesting. I'm glad that you're self-aware enough to notice it. It's like, like I am a creator. I may not have all these other things perfect. Like let me operate in my creator space, max that out. And like, I got to really focus on scheduled time for like creating a business, become a businessman. So that's dope that you got that self-awareness. That's tough for like me to do. Cause I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just learn it.
Yeah.
Man, sometimes it's not worth either learning everything or talk to somebody else in order to get that information. So yeah,
Exactly.
That's I would say a good struggle to have. The fact that you can create a business, like, hey, I just got to figure out the logistics of it. Like what the paperwork say. That's a good problem to have because you know your gift, you know your passion. Any other struggles that you've come up with, like starting your business?
If I will, doubters, but it's all about understanding my purpose, understanding my gift, understanding that honestly, I put the doubters away due to what I said earlier, which is how I touch people with my art, how the oxytocin that I get from giving my creation to someone. Like it's really life for me. It's more than, like I said, money, cars, clothes, anything. It's a spiritual high that I've never seen. A touchdown didn't do it. A hard hit didn't do it. Graduate high school, nothing, anything like nothing I've been through have ever touched me the way that giving somebody something that I created out of scratch makes them cry. That's what put the doubters away. So a little bit of the doubters have been my struggle, but I get over that daily.
Yeah.
You put in that time.
Hey man, I remember one thing too. And you did a great job at it when you was first getting off the ground. To your point, sometimes people have a vision and it may have a sentimental effect or something behind the request that they have. I remember there was a few times when you were just getting going, people see you drawing something. It's like, oh man, that's dope. Yo, can you do me like this, like super high level? I want to detail, you know what I'm saying? Like a really detailed, highly complex piece of art. And you handled that really well. It's like, look, okay, I want to go ahead and backlog this. I'm gonna hang on to this request, right now, because I understand how important this is to you, I want to make sure that I do it right. So can you give me some time? Let me learn a little bit more, and then I want to come back to this.
Nice.
Actually spun back and delivered. And I was
Nice.
able to just, witness that whole process. So for one, kudos to you for the communication piece on that, letting people know instead of just seeing that dollar sign and saying, oh man, you'll pay me how much?
Yeah, let me
No,
get this
I
done
don't
real
have the
quick, get that
skills right
money.
now to deliver. So yeah, you actually held it down. You said you wanted to be a part of that experience for them. You double back and you deliver. And that's dope. And I just seeing you get over that hump, is huge. So I just wanted to highlight that just in case you forgot, because I saw it. I see you, bro. I see you.
Sure, definitely forgot that.
Love it. Love it. Well, so you mentioned a couple of his collabs. Let's hop into these successes while you're on this road. And also, there's got to be some collabs that we don't know about, some successes that we don't know about. I want to hear about. So, Los, you mentioned a few. You want to like kind of rattle through those and let's dive into some of those big ones. I just want to know like how you got there. What was it? I don't need to know no numbers. I don't want to know how much you got paid, but like I want to know like what the experience was like. How did you get asked? How did you find it? That type of thing.
Okay, so I've been a salesman since I was elementary, honestly. Okay. Whether it was candy, shoes, I used to sell sneakers, I used to sell rock revival jeans, True Religion jeans.
He ain't playing.
So many things. I had a t-shirt brand. I had a t-shirt clothing line. I did YouTube before. So basically like my hustle basically is known around where I'm from, the west side of Indianapolis. So I've already had like a network of people that was willing to spend money with me because they said I was good business. I've been good business since young. And yeah, so basically I just been networking to the millionth power. I've understood what networking was when I was young. I understood a little aspect of what business was in general as a youngin'. So networking has been everything for me, whether it's the Reggie Millers, the ESTGs, and a lot of these people reached out to me, and it's just due to I make good content. I've been trying to put out as best content as I can, make sure that keeping people in tune with my business, putting it in front of their faces, and basically people sharing with their friends. And the power of social media is crazy in 2022. Like once somebody put it on their page, it's basically another 10,000, 6,000 people that you have access to. Yeah, exactly. So basically being in the city, a lot of people are just connected with a lot of people, and I'm just making sure that I create good relationships with people to the point where whenever it comes and somebody brings up art in the room, I want to make sure that at least my name is in the subject, or when somebody brings up my field of play, I want to make sure that my name comes up top 3 at least.
100%.
Like I got this one guy named Donald, I got this one that I grew up with, or this, that, and the third. So a lot of them just been off of people that I'm connected to, that connected me with higher people than them. And then people that, a lot of certain people reached out to me, that was a very surprising and good experience to just know that somebody that's famous can see your page and understand your talent and see your talent. Yeah, they see millionaire artists every day, and the fact that they on social media and they look at your art and they can be impressed because these people been all around the world, and that stuff is, like I said, the oxytocin that comes from those moments is unmatched.
Yeah. Talk to me about the Reggie one.
Oh, basically, I've done a couple pieces on him, and just through just basically reaching out to him and trying to, once again, network the whole time, basically trying to make sure that he sees that. And I've seen a couple times where he was in Indy, maybe 6-7 minutes away from where I'm at. So basically just communicating that to him in the inbox to the point where he wanted the piece that I actually did for him. And then to the point where he reposted it and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. Right. For all the non-basketball fans, Reggie Miller is one of the greatest shooters to ever live. He played for the Indiana Pacers. Possibly, is there an argument? There is an
The
argument,
best pacer to
unfortunately.
ever live.
Yeah.
Paul George wasn't out here long enough.
Yeah. Some people would have an argument to that, but
Yeah.
one of the greatest Pacers players ever. So,
Top 5 shooting guards of all time.
yes,
them.
exactly. And you got another one you got a couple on the list. I'm a huge basketball fan, so all these names, like, mean a lot to me. Ohio State fan as well. CJ Walker.
Yeah. CJ Walker. I actually grew up playing basketball. So
Okay.
I played on Little League against him, never on the same team because I resigned west. But yeah, basically just the same way, networking. It's all about the networking with me so far. And it's just about him seeing me and understanding that I was playing sports all my life, all the way until now, and seeing that I picked up something and wanting to support. That was an amazing thing too. I love that too. Like all my ex-athlete friends have been huge supporters.
That's pretty dope.
And they're the one with the following and that's helped me. Like them using their following and using their likingness to put me on and have people follow along with the dream and the goal.
Yeah, I will say indie community is really good at like being together. Like, I don't know if there's many communities out there that are willing to support one another, like the Indianapolis community. Like literally always trying to pick from like, yo, I got a job to do. Let me find somebody like that's from my community or close or whatever to kind of get it done. So I will say I'm always impressed by that.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about one of your favorites that we don't know about.
Favorite that you don't know.
Or craziest story of you making a connect or something like that.
It was that ESC dynasty. I'm still wrapping my mind around that still.
Yeah,
that's pretty
I've had,
big.
ESTG manager, which is his name is ESTG Duck Dynasty. I've got in contact with him. Actually, he got in contact with me and just exactly what you just said about the community. Basically said, I've been seeing your art for a couple weeks now, and and he lives in Texas right now. Lives in Houston, Texas. He's like, I got 1,500. I'm gonna put some numbers out there.
Hey, that's on you, man.
Hey, yeah.
He's like, I got $1,500 budget, and I just want a piece.
Wow.
And that simple, and it was beautiful. It's just like being able to live your life and have people actually see your purpose and see your value. And then they're sitting there offering you physical cash for your value while you're laying down in bed. And that's amazing. That's what I'm saying. I've had an amazing journey being an artist and understanding some of the opportunities that open up for me. And that just brought in my brain, like, and that's like, and that was all in one message. Like I didn't even get the reply back before he's putting out money and saying, I'm gonna send you this much money for this piece that we don't even know what we're making yet. So it's just been those type of it's been great with people appreciating my talent. That's been an amazing part of this journey.
And this is handcrafted too. Like that's something crazy to think about is not only did you think of this, like you literally made something with your hands too. Like,
yeah, man, it's crazy. And the last thing I wanted to add to that is like, man, to your point, like Nap is different, bro. Like every time when we got something, like in this city, when we got something or somebody stand up, they got support. So like what I can see from, I'm deeply intertwined when it comes to Donald's work. Obviously, it's my little brother. But when he posts something, and I'm talking about, I feel like, like when you do some pieces sometimes and then you step back like, yeah, I just went off, so when you post that, it's like you can almost see a pulse from the city. Like
Yeah.
everybody, I see your work all across all of these Instagram reels.
Yeah,
I see your
that a
work
lot,
all
too.
across different panels of social media. And I'll be your name is ringing bells. People posting your TikToks that you made. And I'm like, how you know him?
Yeah,
Hey man,
exactly.
I just follow his work, and I'm like, that's dope, you know. So that's
Yeah.
been crazy, and I just wanted to echo that too, man, because yeah, some people here in Napa saying, you know, oh they don't be trying to help nobody out, they ain't trying to support nobody. No, definitely super conglomerate when things are right and things are going well. So you know,
100% commend my city on my success or my little bit of success that I've had so far.
it's
And I
only a
know
beginning,
little bit
man.
of
It's
success.
only a beginning, man. Yeah, you see how humble he is, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
Reggie.
it's
ain't
only gonna
nothing.
play a
Yeah.
bigger role with the city
Yeah.
the further I go.
Yo, thank you for tuning into the P.E.A.C.E podcast. You know, this podcast actually started off with 4 friends sitting around a table once a week. We were having conversations to educate ourselves about the world around us, talking about what we're dealing with day to day as regular people, and simply to self-reflect. So that's all that you're seeing us do here, and you're getting to see it live. So I challenge you to do the same thing. If you've made it this far, obviously something caught your attention. So get a group of friends and build a small community and start to join in the conversation. Like, these are tough conversations, these are fun conversations, but these are conversations that are needed to be had. In fact, I want to make it easy for you. If you're listening to this podcast at home, invite a friend over. Or maybe invite 2 friends over, 3 friends over, whatever it is. Turn your TV on, your computer, your phone, wherever you want to watch it, turn the podcast on, okay? And join in the conversation. If you're listening to this maybe on a run, at the gym, you know, I get it. I do the exact same thing. But maybe you can share the link, clip the file or something like that, and just pose one of the questions that you heard here today. The point is to build community and to self-reflect. Oftentimes, we don't vocalize the things that we need to work on, and that's one small way that I think that we can, you know, help improve ourselves, improve others, and most importantly, pursue excellence and cherish everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you again next week. Peace.